Hello everyone, it's Julie here. Today we are going to be making a couple projects. Last week we talked about the parable of the hidden treasure and the pearl of great price. And before we do our projects, I want to recap on the stories. Now, the hidden treasure, if you recall, there was a man that was walking and he came upon a treasure that he found. And he looked at it and he was all excited, so he buried it, he re-hid it, and then he went and sold everything that he had so he could go and buy the land, and then he'd have the treasure. Now, the pearl of great price, there was also a man who he loved beautiful and rare things, and he was shown a beautiful pearl. And he also went and sold everything that he had so he could have that awesome treasure. Well, these two parables are trying to comparing themselves to the kingdom of heaven, that having a relationship with Jesus. Now, both men went and sold everything they had so they could have this treasure. And we need to be willing to give up things for the kingdom of heaven. It is the best treasure, the best thing that we will ever have. And Jesus, he gave up everything for us. He gave up his life. He died on the cross so that we could have the free gift of the kingdom of heaven, that we could have a relationship with God. That is just amazing that he loved us so much that he was willing to sacrifice himself. So sometimes maybe we just need to give up some time. Give up a little bit of a time and have a conversation with the Lord. Read in your Bible. Do a Bible devotion. Talk to somebody. But we need to be willing to give up something so that we can have that. Now, we are going to make a oyster, and I've already got one done because I had recorded once and it did not record everything. So I've had a couple phone calls and it quit recording. So hopefully we can get this one done this time. You will need a paper plate. You will need I am using watercolor paints. You can use markers, crayons, colored pencils, whatever you want to use to decorate your paper plate. You will need either a cotton ball or a pom-pom, and it doesn't matter what size, it doesn't matter what color. Yes, oysters are normally white, but it doesn't matter. If you want to use a blue one, yellow one, you can. And if you want to use more than one, be my guest. It's totally up to you, your thing. You don't have to use glitter. If you want glitter, you're going to need some glue. You can use gems, stickers, whatever you want to decorate with. So to begin with, my favorite color is yellow, so I used yellow, and I painted my paper plate. Pause me at any time. I'm sorry, you need to get your supplies. Pause me, start me when you're ready. Not a problem at all. If you want, you can do it after we're done with the video, but I painted my paper plate. I did both sides. You don't have to. You can do one side. You can color one side, paint one side, markers both, whatever you want to do. All right, I'm going to put this to the side. You can pause me so you can finish yours. And I shouldn't call it paper plate. It is an oyster. All right, on mine, I put a face on it. You don't have to. You can put glue on and put some glitter on. You can decorate it however you want. Now, when I opened it up, the first thing I did, I put the pearl of great price. So hopefully when you see this craft this oyster that you're making, you will remember the kingdom of heaven is the best treasure you will ever have. Then I put some squiggly lines on it, and I put some glitter on it. I don't know how well you can see that. And after you do that, and you can decorate up top, you can, like I said, anything you want, stickers, glitter, crowns, whatever you want. And then I put a glob of glue right here to put my pearl. And there you go, voila. How cool is that? You're gonna wanna let the glue dry. So I'm gonna set that to the side. Now, the next thing we're going to do is make a treasure jar. Now you'll need rice. You will need a jar. If you have a water bottle, you can use that. You'll need a lid. You won't be able to use very big objects. I mean, they'll have to be pretty small to fit through. I forgot my mason jar at home. Imagine that. I looked all over the church, and can you believe it? There was no mason jar. I did find this big jar, and it is much bigger than what I want, but that's what I'm going to use because, well, that's what happens when you forget things. So I'm going to have my jar. I collected objects that were small. I'm going to see if I can get this, see if that's showing. These are some of the objects. You do not have to have these exact objects. It is whatever you have around the house. And whatever you have, make sure it's something that you're willing to put in here, and you're not going to be like in a few days going, oh my gosh, why did I put that in there? I really, really wish I had that. And if it's something around the house, make sure it's okay with your parents if it's something of theirs. Because, like, for example, I have an old key. Make sure if you do something like that, that it's something that they're not using, that they don't need. All right. Now, I also took a picture of mine, as I showed you, of my objects, so I would remember what's in them. You can either take a picture of them, you can draw them, or you can just write a list. So that way you know what's all in there when you're looking for them later. Now, I have got a tray, because I'm messy, and I got a spoon for my rice. I'm not going to pour it because I'm hoping not to make a huge mess. I don't want Becky to have to clean up rice everywhere. She might not be too happy with me. So I am going to, and you're going to have to pause me for a while so you can go get these objects. Or there again, you can do it after we're done. And when you are done with this, in case I forget later, you're going to want to either hot glue glue the lid on, or have your parents super glue it so the lid doesn't come off, because they are not going to appreciate rice all over the floor. All right, I'm going to put some rice in my jar, and I can hear it hitting the tray, so I know I'm making a mess. Told you I would. It does not surprise me. All right, now I'm going to take some of my treasures. I took a pipe cleaner, and it's all squiggly. I'm going to put that in. All I did was take a pipe cleaner. It was smaller than this, and I wrapped it around the pencil. Took it off. Voila! Isn't that beautiful? Awesome. So I put that in. I have got a turtle. It's a hard plastic toy. I've got a marble. I have got a ring for like note cards, paper. A ring to put on your finger. A screw. And a pony bead. Now I'm going to put a little bit more rice on there. Cover them up. Let's see. All right, now I have got a small, tiny Christmas ornament. I've got that key that I was telling you about. I've got a ribbon. You can take string yarn. That would work. I have a button. I have a sewing needle, but I'm not going to put it in because it was really hard to get out. Another good thing would be a toothpick, or maybe a uncooked elbow noodle. That would be something you could put in. Get creative. I've got a magnetic letter. I've got a lion. I've got an eraser off the top of a pencil. All right, I'm going to put some more rice in. I tried using a funnel, but it kept getting plugged up, so that did not work very good. All right, here's my Lego, and like I said before, if you have a smaller Lego, it'd work much, much better. Go look in your crafts. I have got like a wiggly eye. I've got a small one too. I've got a jewel. I've got a rubber band. You can use a bigger one, smaller one, it doesn't matter. A pretty colored one. I've got a penny, a dime. You could use a nickel or a quarter. I'm going to put some more rice in. Okay, I've got a pretty rock, a glass bead. I've got like a little pinto bean. I got a push pin. I've got a washer that goes with the nut. You could use a nail, a nut that goes with the screw. This is just a bead that you can use to make necklaces. Here's this little teeny eye. I got a paper, a little bracket, a paper clip, and a safety pin. All right, so I'm going to cover them up. Now, I am not going to fill my jar up all the way because this jar is way bigger than what I really wanted. But you are going to want to fill your jar up about 3/4 of the way full because you're going to want to have room for it to move when you're looking for your treasure. You could even put, a pom-pom in there. There we go. All right, any objects that you find, and just make sure they're not something that you're going to be upset later because you can't get it out. Because remember, you're supposed to super glue that lid or hot glue it. And I'd let your parents help you with that. And then now, when you play with this and you are looking for your treasures and marking them off or writing them down, however you're going to do it, hopefully this will help you remember that the best treasure there is the gift of heaven. The having a relationship with God. I just pray that you guys will talk to him, be willing to give up some of your time, and just communicate with him. Learn, dig into your Bibles. All right, I'm going to let you go. Hopefully you're having a great week. School started, whether you're at home at school or if you're in school. I'm thinking and praying of you, hoping that you have a wonderful year. That school is, if you're in the building, is able to keep going, that you guys stay healthy. I love you guys. Have a good week. Bye.